Good morning, everyone. Let's do this. I have all of my grandchildren here today. Whoa. And my daughter and my oldest granddaughter are what? They hit the gym. So, I got to get this done. We are in. What did we have? 59 and 61. Yep. So we are in the book of Psalms 62, 63, and 64. And let's, without much ado, as I am known of, let's get this done. Well, I'm known for ado, so without much ado today. I'm so happy. Okay, a little ado. My daughter just finished up the little trees that she macrameed for my dress. So my dress is all done now. Do, 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 do. And yes, I look mighty fancy in it. Okay, so now with further ado, Psalm 62 in the book of Psalms. To the chief musician, to Jeduthun, a psalm of David. Truly my soul silently waits for God. Okay. Keep waiting for that $1,000,000. Got to make your own effort here. From him comes my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. How long will you attack a man? You shall be slain, all of you, like a leaning wall and a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from his high position. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Takes one to know one? Okay. I don't know how people would do that. I mean, one can imagine on how people were to do that, but how does anyone truly know what anyone's doing inwardly, right? Yes, you have to ask. Okay. My soul, well, okay, and then they lie. Well, that's up to them, but you can ask. Asking sometimes, right? Even if the people don't answer truthfully, they know in a way, right? Yes, okay, I'm just saying. My soul waits silently for God alone, for my expectation is from him. Man, that's such a fallible. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. In God is my salvation and my glory. The rock of my strength and my refuge is in God. Well, then why not follow the Ten Commandments, my dear David? He says, I know, and just, you're exposing me. I'm not exposing you. We're working through this together. Trust in him at all times, you people. Pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. That is really true. I'm going to mark that. No, I can't mark in here. Yeah, okay, I'm going to have to write that down then. That's a good one. Trust in him at all times, you people. Pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. That is very, very, very true. And it is so comforting. And it is such a loving environment. It is so. I feel like that when people experience, right, a little bit of a downfall, if one immediately then remembers where their center is and then stand under that umbrella and just let the love and the embrace cover you. It is such a wonderful place to recharge. Yes? I wonder if everybody were to do that, if the suicide rates would go down in the world. All right. Surely men of low degree are a vapor, men of high degree are a lie. If they are weighed on the scales, they are altogether lighter than vapor. Do not trust in oppression, nor vainly hope in robbery. If riches increase, do not set your heart on them. God has spoken once, twice I have heard this, that power belongs to God. Also to you, O Lord, belongs mercy, for you render to each one according to his work. Okay, Psalm 63, a psalm of David when he was in the wilderness of Judah. O God, you are my God. Early will I seek you. I wonder if he wrote all this down. Okay. O God, you are my God. Early will I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh longs for you in a dry and thirsty land where there's no water. Ooh, is he having suicide thoughts? Oh. So I have looked for you in the sanctuary to see your power and your glory, because your loving kindness is better than life. Because your loving kindness is better than life? That's an odd comparison to me. God's loving kindness is life, isn't it? What is there better or less about it? My lips shall praise you. Thus I will bless you while I live. I will lift Thus I will bless you while I live. I will lift up my hands in your name. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness, and my mouth shall praise you with joyful lips. When I remember you on my bed, I meditate on you in the night watches, because you have been my help. Therefore in the shadow of your wings I will rejoice. My soul follows close behind you. Your right hand upholds me. But those who seek my life to destroy it shall go into the lower parts of the earth. They shall fall by the sword. They shall be a portion for jackals. Such beautiful parts beforehand. Then it goes right back down into the abyss. It's like David's, okay, if it is David who wrote this down. Whoever wrote this down, their spirit soars. And then in order for the soaring to keep happening, there has to be an abyss that they can look down upon with other people. That's an odd one to me. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, does that make sense to you? I just read a poem of someone that it sounds exactly the same. I read it and I'm going, that sounds like a psalm. But again, a psalm that has, there are beautiful parts in it, but then there are parts where to say, why did you put that in there? Against someone. Yes? To lift the rest of the poem up higher? Is that how it works? I don't think it does. Yes? Okay. When I okay, I already read all that. My soul follows close behind you. Your right hand upholds me. But those who seek my life, okay, all right, read that. But the king shall rejoice in God. Everyone who swears by him shall glory. But the mouth of those who speak lies shall be stopped. Hey, that's an interesting one. Okay. Psalm 64. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O God, in my meditation. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret plots of the wicked, from the rebellion of the workers of iniquity, who sharpen their tongue like a sword, and bent their bows to shoot their arrows bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the blameless. Suddenly they shoot at him and do not fear. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They talk of laying snares secretly. They say, who will see them? They devise iniquities. We have perfected a shrewd scheme. Both the inward thought and the heart of man are deep. But God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly they shall be wounded. So he will make them stumble over their own tongue. All who see them shall flee away. All men shall fear, and shall declare the work of God, for they shall wisely consider his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord, and trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. Okay, that's the end of 62, 63, and 64. All I have to say to this, teamwork makes the dream work. And that includes everyone in spirit world and on earth. Done. And if we can't get there without excluding people for one reason or another, not willing to make everyone a part of the restoration path and plan that our Heavenly Parent has had in place for thousands of years, then we're not doing the right thing. Done for me. So, I made the most delicious curry, pork and chicken curry last night. And my son-in-law comes in one because he says, hey, can I help you? And I really didn't need any help, but I felt like he likes to be in the kitchen too. So I said, hey, would you like to make the vinaigrette? And he says, I never made one. I said, well, let's just get to it. I'll give you the basics, and then you can add to it whatever you want, not how you want it to taste for yourself and everyone else. So we started, and he was, well, how much oil do I put? How much vinegar do I put? So he brought 2 vinegars out. The vinegar that I make myself is very mild, okay? It doesn't have that really acidic kick to it. It has, but no. So you can use quite a bit more of that vinegar to oil than any other vinegar. And he brought out the rice vinegar. So he said, well, you want to use both? She said, yeah. So I kind of forgot about that. And so when he was done with it and we tasted it, we were both going, whoa, that's got an acidic kick to it. I said, I think it's the rice vinegar. So we had to, I said, try this. And it ended up, and then he did his own kind of balancing out, and I don't know what. Then you have to let it sit for a little bit so that everything can kind of blend together. Yes, it does take a little time for that, about 15, 20 minutes. The salad dressing will taste completely different than when you just made it. And so we did that, and then we tasted it again, and he's like, well, I said, no, it's great. You made a great dressing. That tastes fabulous to me. And anyway, it was interesting on how he tried to soften down the strength of that rice vinegar. Anyway, it turned out really, 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 really good. So, but the curry was so delicious. And instead of, my son-in-law also had made red bud blossom jelly. And it's been in the fridge and hadn't been used. And it's really good, actually. But for some reason, it's just sitting in the fridge. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna, instead of sugar, to add sugar to the curry, I'm going to add some of that. And it just gave it the best, absolute best flavor. That was the little dot on the I. Yes, on the whole thing. Though there's no I in curry, I don't care. Anywho, it was delicious. Everybody loved it. Yum yum. Yes. So, that's all I have to share today. There was a little something I want to share, though. I can't help myself. I need to mention that. There was a little video clip, and it's a wife, and her husband's laying on the couch, kind of halfway sitting up, with the baby crawling around on him, and she's filming him, recording him, and she says, honey, I have a question for you. He says, oh, okay. Who would you rather kiss me for $100 or the most beautiful woman in the world for $1,000. And that guy didn't even blink an eye. He says, so you mean I'm going to get $1,100? And she was stumped for a moment. You could tell, a lot of times these videos are staged. I don't believe this one was. You could tell she was kind of stumped. She said, what do you mean? And he said, well, you are the most beautiful woman to me in the world. So you said, if I kiss you, I get 100. And so she says, am I going to get $1,100? That means I'm going to get $1,100. And she started, and then you could suddenly tell she got it, and she started laughing. Then they gave each other a kiss, and the overhead on the video said, he's still asking for the $1,100. My son-in-law here immediately came to mind because he has exactly that kind of heart towards my daughter, and it surprises my daughter constantly with the way he expresses himself towards her with certain things, and they're so beautiful. It's just so beautiful, and when I watched the video at the end, I'm going, oh my gosh, I hope that all the guys get to see this before their wives. Because I'm sure not all of the guys out there are going to be as quick or as, I even have to say, in the way that this husband, father, immediately reacted. Immediately. And there was no pause thinking. This immediately reacted was that his genuine love for his wife was right there. Genuine, truthful. And I thought, oh my gosh. But I could see that not all the guys, even though they're also, right, that they're as quick, right? And that will work against them. Right? Or some of them might even have thought, well, it could even be there thinking, well, if I kiss the most beautiful woman in the world, then I'll get $1,000 and I can take my wife to a really amazing date, right? Yes? Okay. Just saying, okay, wrong move. But still, right? If as women we're expecting that our guys always catch on to things that in the way that we want them to react, well, that's not going to happen, and vice versa neither. But I do believe that when genuine love, conjugal love, is there between a husband and wife, then the right answers, the right way to react is always present. Yes? And it takes practice. Yes? Number one thing is it takes 100% commitment to each other. And when that is there, even if little things happen, then it's not going to be constantly used against each other, misunderstood, right? Or a cause for a fight. Right? Yes? Anyway, I love that video. I wish it would go viral everywhere. Maybe it has. I don't know. It's the first time I've seen it. And everyone would just love it, have a little chuckle. Yep, that's the ideal right there. So we get glimpses, right, of what the ideal of God's world is. Yes, when we are in it as well. Just saying. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, and embrace you with love. And I will talk to y'all, God willing, tomorrow.